Yeah, so we're gonna try the now recording thing. I think that's the first step. That's our first attempt at content here. Okay. A little bit of Becky content.
She sounds very obnoxious from what I heard of her voice.
That's a terrible way to talk about Lav.
Now recording.
Here's the deal. I can't get in touch with any of my co-hosts at the moment. I don't think they're around, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think any of them really know much about this story when it comes to tomfoolery and the Twitch poll spectrum.
So, what do you mean none of your co-hosts are around? What does that mean? Do you mean I felt like Matt Page was saying, "Oh yeah, I ditched my co-host because I didn't want a bunch of fucking retards here for this one." I didn't want 30 minutes of sandbagged riffing taking up this attempt at telling a drama story. Lol, what is this vid? This is an episode of a podcast called Now Recording, which is about commentary community drama usually. This one has a Beckett of Crabs as a guest, where they're talking about tomfoolery. Well,
so I decided I'd bring in again a good ally to the Now Recording podcast, Mr. Beckett of Crabs. I got your name right this time.
Yeah, no, we're getting there.
We're getting close, man. Oh, we're getting close.
We're close enough.
Yeah. So Beckett, you've been in the middle of this tomfoolery drama. I would like for you to start from the beginning. Who the fuck is tomfoolery?
Fuck me. Well, foreshadowing, but with how much he lies, that's a good question. Tomfoolery is a Twitch poll creator. He largely is known for sort of panels and debates. He's probably been around the space for about 5 years. Though again, there's a bit of debate about that. He seems to have started on Facebook Live, or like streaming on Facebook. I haven't confirmed this myself, but at this point, there's so many people pulling sources that needs to be where it is. He streams on YouTube at the moment, and used to stream on Twitch before being banned. I believe because it's just again grapevine for conversations about lolly or pilia. Some sort of debate panel, and Twitch can be quite hot on that.
It was not a debate panel. It was not a debate panel. He was not banned for a debate panel. He was banned for chat messages where he said he was pro-pedo porn, was what he said. He said, I am pro-pedo porn in a Twitch chat, and he got reported for it, and he was banned. There's nothing that he did on stream.
So that was a few years ago. Since then, he's sort of built his channel up as Twitch poll has declined over time, and he was pulling 180-ish views. As essentially a news and drama nexus point channel. So a lot of people, but at the end of the day, when everything's kind of happened, would end up on his show to discuss or like debate out or mediate out their issues.
It's like the Destiny post show, basically.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah. Destiny sloppy seconds, I would call it personally. That's the phraseology I would employ, but that's okay. A post show that works too. Yeah.
So, would you say he had a very prolific career, or was he just kind of like middle, like kind of average, or was he gaining ground, or?
He was gaining a bit of ground, but it's very difficult when a creator moves over to YouTube, especially within the Twitch poll space, because kind of the audience was over on Twitch, which is one of the reasons there's been a stagnation decline in that community, because Destiny's now not on Twitch and also on Kick on YouTube. Yeah. So he seemed to be gaining some ground, but it was stable. It was stable. Like for Twitch poll, I think 180 is respectable-ish numbers for sort of political stuff and drama.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a pretty decent YouTuber.
Guys, speaking of viewers, there's 200 of you here right now. Yeah, only 33 likes. I love having 200 viewers, but the issue with having 200 viewers is that there is that big discrepancy. 170 people that are sitting here without having liked the stream. Okay, guys, at least 170. It's probably more because some of the people that liked have probably left. So we might even be at about 180 people here that haven't liked the stream. That's just sad. That is just sad. So guys, if you could please pull your weight, if you could please like the stream. And also, guys, if you subscribe to the channel, fuck what are the other ones? Donate, buy a membership, gift a membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Destiny, or would you consider him a Destiny orbiter?
I don't know if I actually would, to be honest. Well, he is the after show. His interactions were interesting. We'll come to that, but
Yeah.
essentially, like the Destiny girls and orbiters would end up there to have conversations. So Lav was on, Grace was on, a couple of others. You know, I think people like Cherry and everything else have been on from time to time. But Tom,
Thank you for the gift to John Sanchez. Thank you very much.
Tom also...
the way I kind of see it is like Destiny's the shark, right? And he's in the ocean and he sees his prey. He attacks this whale or a dolphin, and then as the shark bites onto the whale, there's little particles of food that drop down onto the ocean floor, and Tomfoolery is like that little tiny fish that's feeding on the particles of the whale or the dolphin. Would you agree with that metaphor?
I'd say.
Oh yeah, that was just the gifted. Okay, I thought we were about to get the refreshing ones. I was about to pause for a minute. So yeah, Destiny's sloppy seconds. This is very accurate actually, because what Destiny will do is Destiny will mentally break them down. He'll fuck them. He'll bring them on stream. He'll say, "You're a stupid bitch. You're a villain. You're unfuckable. You're an alcoholic. You're a nasty whore. You're a manipulative abuser." And then like, oh my god, Destiny's just raped me on stream. And then they go to Tomfoolery, and Tom's like, "Oh yeah, it's okay. It's all gonna be fine." Yeah, you see, I'm a bit like Destiny when you think about it. I'm a bit like Destiny, but I'm kind of like nicer. I'm gonna be like nicer to you guys, okay? Yeah, I see where you're coming from. It's absolute sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds behavior. Bottom feeder behavior.
He is kind of the thing sucking on the fish, feeding on the whale and the dolphin. Like it might be another step down if I'm honest. I mean, Grace Thorpe's a great example of someone he knew first, apparently, and then as she was pulled into the space, that's almost like one of the first conversations she had. But yeah, essentially, his channel is a nexus point, which I think is if he's having the issues he is now, maybe one of the major issues for any kind of recovery.
Do we feel sorry for the women? No, they know what they're stepping into. It depends which woman you're talking about. Anna, probably, yeah. I feel a little bit sorry for her. I'm going to be honest. There's probably a few of them probably got a rough deal. I feel like Kelly gets a pretty rough deal.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Cherry, too, actually.
I want to make sure we get every context of Tomfoolery. I was watching a Tomfoolery stream, I think it was with Lav or someone. And he said he played football. In
Cherry is batshit, but that's part of why I felt bad, right? She was batshit. She's all right now. She was going through a bit of a time, but she was. But that's kind of like part of why I feel bad.
But he quit high school to go play college football, and not football as in soccer. Your football, my football, ready, set, hut football. And I remember thinking like that was the weirdest thing I've ever heard, because no one quits high school to go play college football. You got to play 4 years. I was a letterman in football. I was all area. You got to play all 4 years, because it's not a sport you can transition like that, no matter how talented you are. It's not like basketball. And I just thought that was really weird. But I guess he never got to go to college. I think was there a heroin addiction in there somewhere or something?
Yeah, so I believe he was addicted to heroin for about 15 years.
Tom is very short, by the way. I don't know if short people can play American football. How tall are you saying Tom is? Because we've got...
What's up, fools? This is Tomfoolery. I'm here in Savannah, Georgia, before the Senate runoff race to cover the streamer Destiny and his community of 300 people as they go door-to-door and canvass for Raphael Warnock for my documentary on Terminally Online Media. If you haven't subbed yet, there's a link to the trailer in the description. Today, I'm doing street interviews, talking to people.
Well, there's no way. That's a black person. There's no way he's that short.
Today, I'm doing street
That guy's got to be 6 foot minimum, right? So Tom can't be that short. That doesn't make any sense.
interviews, talking to people about the runoff race, all the madness with Kanye West, and the changes being made to Twitter after the Elon Musk takeover. Okay, so yeah, so my
What do you mean, fuck? They're tall, aren't they?
name's Tom. I run Tomfooleryshow. What's your name?
Jackie.
And Nick.
And Nick? Okay, you guys from Savannah?
We live.
Like, come on. Like, are we saying... Is this all just camera trickery? Like, how tall is this black guy? How tall is this black guy?
Live here now, from Atlanta originally, but
Oh, okay.
live here now.
I'm from Atlanta. I drove out here. There's
There are not short black people. Stop lying to me.
We're covering huge.
Stop lying to
live
me.
stream from YouTube, bringing 300 people here. Do you guys vote the first time?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Who did you vote for?
Well, we're not.
Warnock. You voting again? in The runoff?
Yeah.
But I have to.
Actually, this is the third time somebody has asked me today if I'm voting.
Oh,
Yes.
what do you guys like about Warnock?
Well, he's better than the competition.
He seems to be more of a person, more of a human.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like what he said. He's not really a pastor now in the city.
Tommy's
Well, he
average
is a
height,
pastor in the city,
5'9"
he's not
/
just
10 probably. Do we think that? Aiko's saying he's really short though. Have you said? Oh yeah, true. Kai Cenat is like the one short black person. Actually, Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart. True, yeah. Kevin Hart is actually 6 feet tall. It's just camera trickery. Is that what we're saying? Is that the new? Is that what we're going with? Tom is standing at 2 to 3 feet close. Saying, we're doing full height analysis on Tom. This is the rest of the stream now. Okay, guys.
political figure.
That
you know?
used to be a
Right.
pastor.
So he takes a lot of the same values that, yeah, because I was born and raised here in Savannah, so I kind of remember the groundwork he was doing before the fact as versus where he is now, and he hasn't changed.
Let's get him standing next to some
Yes,
other
he's from
people.
Savannah.
Let's see what he's.
Right, yeah. Which one?
So how tall is this guy? How tall do we reckon this guy is? I'm judging. Okay, right. So here's my thought process here, right? Okay. So this guy. Here's the thing: is that this guy might be black, right? He might be black. But my problem is that he's not much taller than this woman, and this woman. Like, just looking at how she's stacking up compared to the bag on her back. Like, the way the jumper looks. Just the way the clothes and accessories look, the sizing of everything. Makes me think this woman is probably is in the low 5 foot range. So I'm talking this is definitely sub 5'6". I think this is definitely 5'6". So if we, this guy, I'm feeling like he can't be taller than 6 foot. There's no way he's over 6 foot. There's absolutely no chance this guy's over 6 foot. So that means Tom is definitely under 6 foot because that guy's taller. Now let's go here. Okay. Now perspective kind of makes this woman useless to us here, and she's like a locked character. So we'll just look at this guy for now. Now looking at this guy, going by frame, just sort of like his build. I'm seeing like narrow shoulders. The glasses look quite big, but they are kind of like large framed glass, I guess. He's like quite a thin guy, but he's not looking lanky. So this guy can't be. Note to self, don't be the victim of a crime anywhere near Kuihman's chat. The chances the perp will be described adequately are next to impossible. This guy is not tall. This guy is not tall. I can tell this guy is not tall. Just from the way his build looks on him, there's no way this guy is particularly tall. He is not over 6 foot. He's got to be about, I'm feeling like a 5'10", 5'11", maybe, on this guy. Okay. Now, is this guy black or Mexican? He's black. Okay, that's kind of not helpful, because if he was Mexican, I feel like I'd have an easier time telling Tom's height. Okay, so we've got this black woman here. He's sub 5'10". Tom is sub 5'10". Let's put it that way. Okay. He could be anywhere between, frankly, anywhere between 5'5" and 5'10", I think. It's anywhere in that range. I really could not tell you where, because there's a lot of perspective issues going on in these shots. Has anyone we know met Tom? Well, Destiny has, because he interviewed Destiny. Actually, a lot of the DGU types have, because he was obviously in Georgia for this. I think I've said I'm like 5'9". I'm a manlet. He is 5'8". Haha, this is so autistic. Someone get the brand of that mic in his hand so I can get his dimensions and we can scale. Oh, man. All right, but what are we doing again? What are we doing again? Oh, yeah, now recording Tomfoolery. Sorry, guys. I forgot for a moment after I just spent 20 minutes analyzing Tom's height according to the race of a person he's standing next to. Sorry, guys. Let's get back into that. Let's go back to the content.
Yeah.
But the problem with this is the more people have dug into it, the online world is weird, right? Like, I'll tell you bits about my life, but I'm pretty vague because the closer I get to sort of something definitive, the easier it is to dox me. So we all sort of have to take each other at our words to a certain extent. If I say I've got these qualifications or I do this kind of work, you would sort of have to believe each other. But the things that Tomfoolery says, the more people have dug into them, the more fucking absurd they sound. I mean, this football thing's a pretty good example of this. Another one is his work history. He describes himself as a rhetoric coach and like expert linguist. And while he claims that he didn't have any qualifications in these, the stuff he says about it just doesn't make any sense. He actually wrote a gender paper, which is one of the fucking worst things I've ever read, if I'm completely honest with you.
It is fucking terrible.
It's got like Mike from Monsters Inc. in there for some reason as a picture. It's got like, MS Paint shit. It's got a load of sources. We actually did track this down. The reference list at the bottom is actually taken from another YouTube video. So even the reference list itself seems to be something he just found and then banged in as a reference list to make it
Okay.
seem more legitimate.
Yeah. All right. So rhetoric coach. What is that like? This is like for like how to talk to like. Explain what a rhetoric coach is for me, real quick.
So, as far as I can tell,
Explain what exactly does a rhetoric coach entail? That'd be a question for Tom. I feel like I'm not sure he'd know the answer.
because it's a bit of a made-up thing in some respects. It's somebody who's teaching you how to use the correct language to reach a particular audience, seem convincing and charismatic. The irony of that is that Tomfoolery
has no charisma.
Doesn't seem to know how to talk to human beings, so I don't know how that can be fucking true. But yeah, that was the claim. So when he was having debates and conversations,
dude, I will always remember. When was it? I can't remember what drama it was in, but I remember one day it was during the Stardust Eldrazi Spicy Chat drama when Tom was covering it. I remember I clicked on Tom's stream one morning and he says, what did I hear him say? It was, someone said that Stardust had no charisma. And Tom goes, dude, having no charisma doesn't even mean anything. People say I have no charisma. People literally don't even know what that means. And I was like sitting there, I was like, bro, there's no way you're saying this with a straight face. It's just so good. It's so fucking funny. Absolute zero self-awareness. Does not realize how it comes off. Does not realize how fucking like bland and gay, like wet he comes off. Zero introspection. Yeah, I mean, he shows no emotion whatsoever. There's no energy, no emotion. He doesn't sound particularly convinced of anything he's saying. He just sort of goes, yeah, so I wrote this gender doc in 2018, and it's so gay. It's pathetic. I don't understand how he thinks that's charismatic. I mean, it's to the point where he's got Reddit posts where he's saying that he's got charisma. You're nuts, dude. You're off the perk.
Sticks. And he'd really pick into kind of like what things mean and how things mean, often by bringing up
he suddenly shows a lot of emotion when you call him a sex pest.
Googling the word for the definition. He'd say, I know about these things. I'm qualified in these things. And this goes back to another thing within Twitch poll. And it's something that Erudite herself has caught flack for, of people leaning on their qualifications and going, well, I've got this degree. I'm the expert in the room. You need to listen to me. And that's also something I've always really hated. I think, especially if you're qualified, you should actually be able to make arguments that stand on their own. The qualification should have given you that ability. You shouldn't need a piece of paper to kind of reinforce your argument. It's the other way around.
Right. All right. So, and you said he worked at like Domino's or something?
So his work history, as stated by him in a conversation. So basically, he ended up in a debate, just for a preamble, where the people in that debate said that he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He said he'd written papers that were read in universities to me afterwards. And then there was a series of conversations involving me, President Sunday, and Sick. The last one with Sick, he describes his work history as he basically was trained at a law.
The Tom DMs I sent you, they're pretty funny. Where did you send these to me? Oh. Dude, this Tom guy is like psychotic. So Tom's saying, so I see him, this user's accused him of being a liar. You're wrong. You can't even name a lie. And while you know you can't name a lie, you keep repeating yourself because you just want to believe. So just say that. Don't say you know I'm a liar. Say you've deluded yourself into believing I'm a liar, but you don't know why. At least you'll be honest at that point. You can't be serious. I'm 100% serious. I have proof for 100% of this stuff. Kankamore has seen it. Philly has seen it. Sass has seen it. Mantis has seen it. As have others. They aren't defending me just because. They're defending me because they've seen the proof, including the Reddit accounts. Oh, so Kankamore, have you seen 100% proof for everything Tom says?
Law firm to sell what were essentially some kind of adjustable mortgages. This was like 2013.
Yeah.
He then left there because it was.
Oh yeah,
he
guys,
got
please remember to like the stream, like the stream, like the stream. Thank you.
fired from there, is what he said, and it was full of crack, like coke heads, which take for what you will. It's like, hey, this guy's a heroin junkie. He'll fit right in.
Yeah.
He then went to run a car wash, became a delivery driver at Pizza Hut. The manager then quit, so they asked him to be manager. He then went up to area rhetoric manager, so he was managing managers. And then he was like writing all these things of how to like sell better. The example he gives of this, by the way, which is fucking hilarious, is during COVID, he said that, there were issues with people ordering delivery and we didn't have enough delivery drivers, so we were losing a ton of money. So we told staff to tell people when they phoned in for delivery that they were going to change the price and give them a cheaper price if they came and got carry out. But they weren't actually changing the price, they were just dropping the delivery price. You're not allowed to do that, by the way. That's not. That's actually like a consumer rights violation. You need a financial kind of salesperson. But yeah, so his example as why he's qualified is him him undertaking some kind of fraud, which is fucking wild. And he said he did that for a few years and then went on to Domino's and did the same thing. He also apparently went to prison. That is actually now more debated. He's got a lot of weird prison stories about shit that happened to him.
Oh man,
yeah,
I would love to ask him questions about his heroin addiction because I had an Oxycontin addiction. I wonder if I could like compare and contrast and see if he's lying about. Do you think he's lying?
No, I think he was a heroin. Yeah, no, he was a heroin addict. I think he was a heroin. He's got the opiate voice. He's got the voice of someone who fucking has been shooting up all day, every day. You can tell. Come on now.
Lying about all this stuff?
I think he is a pathological liar, partly because he said he was a pathological liar.
He actually said that.
Yeah, he was having a conversation with Not So
God.
Erudite, and he was saying, well, I got in trouble with my boss one day because I just lied about something. I was like, why did I do that? And he was like, well, I just love the game. I just love the game of lying. Pathological lying. I'm just like, what the fuck is like? And I'd never seen this before all this happened. But it's let's say compounding evidence. This guy is just like full of shit, basically.
Yeah. So, guy completely full of shit. Joins the Debate Bro Twitch poll community. Starts interviewing people post Destiny streams, talking about drama that's revolved around the Twitch poll community. Kind of a bottom feeder, I guess. That's how is his reputation in the community?
I mean, he came up through the panel scene, which was really big when Destiny was around. Like you had things like Hippy Dippy, which was massive. Prime Kai's, and this is the format Wick now uses.
This is all kind of dead now, right?
Yeah, panels are completely fucked. Because there's no real audience for them, if I'm honest. And the audience that does exist for them is over on Kick with Destiny, because Destiny's a big draw. And B, because most the pool is actually smaller of people. A lot of people, when COVID happened, were sort of locked inside, so they wanted to listen to people. But you can actually see the drop off in statistics as the lockdowns ended.
Yeah.
And people like Dylan Burns, who were really big, have moved on to real world stuff.
Right.
But yeah, he came in doing that, and then he started doing kind of this Nexus Point thing, kind of post that, and that's been much bigger. That's probably the last year and a half.
Yeah.
His reputation in the community is interesting. It's improved, or it had improved. At one point, because of getting banned from Twitch.
Oh man,
and sort of like losing access, because when you're banned from Twitch, you can't be shown on Twitch.
Yeah.
So like this is the big thing with Destiny. Destiny gets banned. No one can have him on Twitch without catching a suspension of some kind or some trouble.
You can say they should have brought me on for this, but I wouldn't have accepted. I don't think. Oh, maybe I would have. I don't know. It's because I fucking hate these shows, dude. Don't bring me on. Do not ask me to do something like, hey, can you come explain this drama to us on a show? No, I can't. No, I won't be doing that. I'm not going to just sit here and like essentially carry a show for an hour and a half, totally unpaid for minimal promotion. That's insane. That's insane. I'm not opposed to lore content, but this format is not the way to do it. Absolutely, 100% not. Just rambling about the story of a drama is just that sounds nightmarish.
His face on screen.
Mm-hmm.
But Tomfoolery himself seems to have got he's built connections and
Hey,
relationships.
Kuihman, can you come on and give us
time.
the history of Brown and Wu? I think I would say no. I would never. I don't think I would ever do a thing where they're like, where someone's like, hey, can you come and explain the story of this drama to us for an hour and a half? No, I can't. That's a complete fucking waste of my time, and it sounds like a nightmare and awful content.
His reputation was just okay. It was,
Yeah.
some people hated him, some people liked him. Pretty standard.
Kuihman jumps on a software
Gotcha.
birth date and
Okay,
real
so,
would would be savage.
Was there any other notable dramas he was involved in before this situation?
Not really this notable, if I'm completely honest with you. There's little people who hated him, but other than some questioning, not really.
Yeah.
He's too on the fringes in some respect.
Was there any interaction? Did he ever go on like a panel with Destiny or anything like that?
Yeah, he's interacted with Destiny and things.
Well, there's really Beckett. You couldn't come up with any other tomfoolery dramas just then at all. You couldn't think of like the Twitch poll rape council after the Prime Kai's Dylan stuff. You couldn't think of the alt stuff. You couldn't think of the Keffel stuff last month. Really, Becky? See, this is why you don't do fucking hour and a half long podcast episodes where you're just like, come on, explain to us the story of this lolcow streamer. It's like, what a stupid idea. Yeah, he's going to forget shit. Yeah, you're not going to be able to answer questions sometimes. What a fucking stupid format for this idea.
It was actually, God, I'm it's so long ago in some respects, but I think during the Mr. Girl stuff, Lav's been on. Actually, I mean, one thing that was kind of controversial is when Lav got sort of burned from the community, Tom was still talking to her and would still have her on.
Fucking base.
So...
Fucking base, bro.
But yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with that. So yeah, it caused tension.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we've gotten through. Am I missing anything context-wise when it comes to tomfoolery before we get into like the real nitty-gritty?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much the setup you need for where we are, if that makes sense.
Okay, so this is what I understand. So Kelly Jean is like, is she a porn star?
She's an Instagram model, but actually, that's not really where this begins.
Okay, well, let's bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, where are we going back? Where is Beckett gonna? Where is the start of the sex pest drama in Beckett's mind? Let's be very revealing. Is it gonna be a spicy chat origin or a JSOC origin? Okay, let's see.
So, a few months ago, at the end of one of Destiny's streams, Justick or JSTKL or whatever the fuck he wants to be called, goes on Destiny's at the very end and calls Tom a sex.
That's not true. This isn't even what happened. This isn't even what happened. That's not even what happened. It is not even what happened. Becky, you idiot.
A couple of seconds and Destiny ends stream. And Tom gets messaged this by somebody.
Hashtag slay Becky.
Who says, oh, you have to deal with this. So he brings him on to kind of make these accusations of Tom being a sex pest. And the accusations are basically, anytime Destiny has a girl on, Tom's there in the DMs. Do you want to talk? And kind of just being a bit creepy and sex pesty. These were like kind of pretty bad accusations, at least Tom thinks so, because they are reputationally pretty bad for him. Now, he brings on Justick, and Justick does not do well in this conversation. Every single point he brings up, whether it's Grace or like, what about Grace? Or
he may not have done amazingly on the debate, but he did get Tom very fucking mad.
she knew her first. Destiny found her through me. What about
Right.
with Lav? Like, what about this person? And the conversation doesn't go in his favor. And Tom's gets the win. I think most of us kind of felt that way.
Yeah, maybe if Becky were in Spicy Chat where he could ask people some questions about this, maybe then he would have done a little bit better at recounting this. Maybe. Just saying. Maybe if Becky was active in some other places.
And then Justic begins to get bigger. And he's continued to get bigger over the last few months. So Justic picked a time spot where he is directly competing with Tom. And while Tom isn't really a DGG orbiter, Justic is.
Right.
So all of the Destiny girls and everything else, the natural after show point was actually Justic's, not Tom's.
Okay.
And because Tom could no longer get these bookings as easily, it really started to hit his numbers. So when he had this conversation with Justic, he was kind of at his high point, and now he begins sort of like actually really feeling pressure from this guy who's constantly now to a bigger audience.
Yeah.
Calling this sets best, and Justic's numbers shot up.
I'm gonna say who I think Justic is, and you can correct me. He was like he was a DGGer, and who was like in the DGG chat, and then like one day he just made a channel and started making content. Is there anything like else you can provide?
Not massively with him. He's a bit of a blind spot for me because I'm not as knowledgeable about the DGG group, but as far as I'm aware, it's pretty accurate. One thing that's probably worth noting, God, is he's friends with Kuihman. And Kuihman doesn't like Tomfoolery.
Gotcha.
He thinks
he's very really? You think? Yeah.
I know this information is going to shock you.
I'm shocked.
I won.
You know,
I won.
So Kuihman's quite supportive of Justic getting bigger, and as Kuihman has grown over the last couple of months, Justic has had a bit of support there as well, of getting his name out and potentially getting the odd raid in.
It's not the odd raid.
And
it was like every night for a month. It was like every night when it finished for a month. But
it's pressure.
Okay. Gotcha. Because it's all kind of based on like the Destiny raid, right? That's how you kind of really grow.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, word of mouth and everything else. And Justic's community is not just DGG. It will also have people because Justic's like interacted with other parts of kind of the Twitch poll space outside of DGG for a bit. It's nowhere near like the main focus in some respects, as far as I can see. But yeah, no, it's been good. He's got a lot of stuff from multiple angles in some respects. But
so
he's now in Tom's position and a better position than Tom because he'll go on Destiny and, you know, be part of the drama.
Yeah. So Justic had kind of a hate boner for Tomfoolery. He was saying he was a sex pest. Didn't have the clout capital to really go at him, and kind of lost in the interaction. But then started to gain ground and start to gain clout capital, to which he finally had like clout to make that maneuver.
Destroy Tomfoolery to crush him.
Oh yeah, and it was quite it's been quite a maneuver. You know, he's really laid the groundwork.
So all right, Kelly anything else before we get to Kelly Jean?
No, I think that's pretty much where we're at.
All right. So Kelly Jean is an Instagram model, British, Destiny orbiter. I don't really know much about her, but from what I understand, she was on a live stream with Tomfoolery, to which Tomfoolery brought up her Instagram. Now, I wanted to bring up something really interesting here. There was I saw a random clip of Tomfoolery talking to a Catnip, I think her name was. Does that name sound familiar?
It doesn't, but also it does sound like the name of somebody Tom would be talking to.
Catnip.
Yeah,
my queen.
During like the
suicide. Fuck suicide. It gets better.
Said she was a sex worker, to which Tomfoolery went, nice.
Yeah.
So
sounds like some comment.
Look. Honestly, that's definitely a now recording comment as well. The thing with the Tomfoolery stuff is we were watching this, like some of my co-hosts were getting a little nervous because like we make jokes like this all the time. So we were kind of wondering like why this is such a big deal. So explain to me. All right, Kelly Jean's on the panel. He brings up the Instagram. Why is that a big deal?
So when you guys make a joke like that, it's a joke, right?
Right.
The problem is that when Tom brought up that Instagram, he was like going at the man. He was like, "Oh, who's Kelly Jean?" kind of thing. I'll go to her Instagram, and rather than just scrolling through and being like, all like I've opened people's like, well, not Instagrams. I fucking hate Instagram, but their Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, who is this? Cool, that's their thing. That's their pinned comment. Whatever. Tom sort of scrolls through and just lingers. He just lingers on the images.
Yeah.
It's like very, very Coomerish. Now, the problem is that when Kelly found this out, it was live, and she was like, "Wow, that's really creepy. Why is he looking at me?" And rather than just laughing off and being like, "Oh, I was just looking at your pictures, like whatever," Tom goes into like this weird fucking mode where he ends up posting in Justic's chat about how she's an ethot, so it's it's normal to objectify her. They're arguing over between the chat and the stream. He's like, "Oh, she's begging for my dick," and there's a big difference between making a joke like nice and saying like, "Oh, she's begging for my dick." Now we'll get through his justifications in a bit. But I think I've used the example before. If you make racist jokes a lot, and people are like, that's just him making a racist joke. He's not actually racist. He's just edgy. But then you're found out to be doing something really fucking racist. All those previous jokes are recontextualized.
Okay.
So when he is saying, "Oh, that's nice," you might be like, "Well, we make that kind of joke, and we might read it that way as a joke." But if one of you was found doing something incredibly Coomerish all the fucking time, and that had been constant, it recontextualized that joke into something a bit more fucked up. Does that make sense?
I think Beavers is in trouble.
Tom going live in 20? I mean, is he doing anything? Most Tom streams are fucking dog shit. I'm not going to lie. Like, unless he's doing something very embarrassing, I don't really care. It doesn't look like he is.
I will die for him.
I think he might be in trouble here. See, our goal, like, we don't want to infiltrate this Twitch poll thing. Like, someone sent me another clip of like just like in those guys like kind of talking about me for a second because someone donated to Lab Pit or whatever, and they were like, "Who's Matt?" Made me a little nervous because I don't want these fucking people really talking about me. I just want to interact. I just want to like react to them. So yeah, that
total tangent. Total tangent.
Yeah, and I might be too from now, like with the arc that I've been on. But no. In all seriousness, though, yeah, I guess like if someone says if they're making jokes, and then you find out that they are actually kind of serious about what they're saying, yeah, it can definitely recontextualize a joke and make you think twice. My thing was like, I didn't think the Instagram thing was really that big of a deal, and I remember just still saying he was a sex pest for that. And at that point, I didn't really see that. I was just because you got to understand, I don't have all of this context.
Oh yeah,
right?
well, neither did the rest of us because he hit back in such a way, and also I'm gonna be.
Who the fuck is speaking? This is Matt Pitt and Beckett of Crabs on a podcast called Now Recording.
I'm going to be candid. Like someone said, "Well, this guy's your friend, Beckett." We were friendly. There's a big difference there. We've never sat in a private call together, just chilling out. We've never, we don't DM regularly, like with stories of our lives. Like with a lot of creators, people have like sort of these friendly relationships where you're making content together and I'd go on and things, but that's sort of just how the network works.
Yeah.
So a lot of people hadn't really looked into all the pieces of his past trying to put things together because a lot of people just thought he was fucking boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say you also didn't have tits, so Tomfoolery probably wasn't interacting with you that much because of that. Right? So
yeah. I mean, the weird thing about what's happened recently as well.
No respect for this, Matt. He doesn't want people he's laughing at to go after him. Gutless man. What do you mean?
This is sort of like the end result of Justic's stuff. So his reputation was good because he wasn't really seen as partisan. He wasn't seen as like flipping out for those who were interacting with him regularly. But since the Justic stuff started happening, he had a big thing with Keffels. He had a big debate about rape, which was just fucking weird. They're probably worth mentioning in some regard because it's kind of tied into this period. But Keffels was calling him a rapist, and I think at one point she called him a pedophile. And he did this thing where he was watching a Keffels stream.
Oh yeah, if he's like one of those guys like, oh, I just want to stay out of fights, then yeah, that's gay and gutless. Oh man.
Keffels watching him, of him watching her, and it was just like this weird fucking inception point. It was bizarre. I mean, it was just fucking bizarre. And then after all that happened, he had the rape debate, and he was like, well, you know, they really stuck on this thing of like, is it consent if it's not enthusiastic? Because it was in reference to Keffels' own like a sexual abuse story. It was just fucking bizarre. And lots of us were like, you need to stop this, man. You need to chill the fuck out, because this is getting like, you're looking unhinged. So now we've ended up here. And the other important thing to note as well on this panel was Mantis. She is going to become quite relevant quite quickly.
Right.
Drunk bitch mention. Drunk bitch mention.
Is a big defender.
Let's go.
Of tomfoolery, correct?
Oh yeah.
I just don't want Wolfgang. No, I said I do want Wolfgang to at me. I said if Wolfgang wants to talk about it, if Wolfgang wants to fight on JStalk stream, I need him to initiate it, because I can't be the one that starts going after him. That's what I said. I said I want Wolfgang to fight me. I just can't do it myself. I just can't go in and start attacking him, because then I look like a fucking psycho.
She was in the trenches. She was very close to the front lines for some reason. Can't imagine what that would be.
Now, who is Mantis?
Oh fuck, that's an enigma in itself. Mantis is a Twitch poll community member who has bounced between multiple communities. Chuds is kind of the first time I think I saw her. Yeah. But yeah, she kind of jumps on. She doesn't stream or anything. She's actually almost a bit of a ghost outside of Discord and random chats. As far as I can tell. But she's had her own controversies, I think, and this is unsubstantiated, but I'm just going to say what the accusation was. She had a boyfriend who I believe is
oh man, here we go.
And apparently he was 17 at the time they started.
No, that's not true. He's fucking up the story, you fucking retard, dude. What an idiot. I don't believe that's true, is it? I think Mudcrab's a different guy. I think there was a 18-year-old mod in Speakeasy's community who she started speaking to, and she had there's an allegation that in a VC in Speakeasy's Discord, she told people that she used to have a Discord server full of teenagers, and what age those teenagers were is disputed.
Towards her.
Yeah, I know she dated Mudcrab. I know that, but I don't believe that. I think they're mixing up the rest of that story.
She is very edgy, which she'll make a lot of racist and transphobic jokes, which rubs a lot of people the wrong way, especially in a community that's probably a bit more tighter and more politically correct, especially TOS and everything. And she seemed to get away with a lot.
Nerd Angle
she was there saying, well, Tom's not sex best, Tom's not a
$9.99.
creep.
$9.99 from Nerd Angle. Matt Pitel for not sourcing Kuihman.
Thank you, Nerd Angle, for the 9.99. Rude Mudcrab said, when he was flirting with her, Mantis was also saying some 18-year-old. Yes, that was in Speakeasy's community. I think Rude Mudcrab is a different guy to the 18-year-old, and those two are both different from the Discord grooming server, okay? So, hope that clears it up.
It's really important, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it was...
Hey-o.
New levels of incestuous autism are being achieved every day by all this circle jerkery. Kudos for being on the front lines, brother. Keep up the good work, and tell these basement-dwelling leeches in chat to pony up some cash. Leg it out.
Thank you, Legotlanius. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Was Tom's greatest defender during all of this.
Yeah, and there's a reason why she was Tom's greatest defender. Am I right?
Oh, there was a reason. Yes, yeah. I mean, it's come out in the weirdest way possible, but her and Tom weren't just friends. They were having what Tom describes in DMs as a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
I believe the Woodstock is his high school, yes.
Woodstock
Cat is because of his high school.
They were in an E relationship, right?
They were. I don't know what the fuck to call it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It
Okay,
sounds like
guys, I've got AFK for like 2 seconds, so I'm going to just pause it because I am slightly invested at this point, and I'm also going to smoke when I get back. So just give me 2 seconds, okay, guys? Okay. I'm having some thoughts. I'm having some I'm thinking big thoughts about this now recording episode right now, okay? It's better than most of them. I think that's because there's not 5 fucking people there, and it's not getting sandbagged by awkward riffing every 5 seconds. They're actually getting through the information. So I think that's part of it. However, I feel like they need to actually do some fucking prep. I am getting the vibe that these recording sessions, it's basically just, hey, Beckett, do you want to come on Now Recording this week and talk about tomfoolery? And Beckett's like, yeah, sure, I'll come talk about Tom. And Beckett maybe kind of watches a video and refreshes his memory about Tom and then goes on and they just sort of shoot the shit. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. They need like a Word doc where they have like a beginning, middle, and end broken up from the rough story of drama they're trying to tell with a few key points listed under each one. And then they need to spend like about 30 minutes per segment just sort of making sure that they hit a few key points and that everyone's prepped and knows we need to hit these few key points in this conversation at some point to make sure that we get the information across in a timely and coherent fashion. Because right now, this just feels like it feels like every time I watch one of these, whoever's explaining the story is like stumbling to try and get through like these hurdles of awkward riffing to try and get the fucking story out. And they need to all be under some understanding of like, okay, here's where the conversation's headed, and it needs to be headed there by this point. I feel like that just makes sense. If it was like there's no communication ahead of the show and it's just like, okay, guys, show up and just sort of fucking shoot the shit. But that's fucking terrible for like a drama, commentary, lore, explanation, you know, type of setup.
they were just sexting.
Okay.
Like that's what it sounds like.
So what I wish I had with Lav.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. I don't know. She sounds very obnoxious from what I heard of her voice. So
that's a terrible way to talk about Lav. I thought.
No, I wasn't saying talking about. I was talking about Mantis. What are you doing? No, I was talking about Mantis. No, I wasn't talking about Lav. I was talking about Mantis, the Kiwi girl. I don't. No, Lav's got a wonderful voice. So they were dating, and that would come out later. She was defending tomfoolery on Just Still Extreme and on Wick's panel, or whatever you want to call it. Funny thing about the Wick thing, right, is Wick got baited by a fake tomfoolery account and actually saying that tomfoolery was going to come on, and so Wick was like waiting.
The Addy account, yeah. Apparently, I mean, Addy is a bit of a sideline.
Let's go. Addy mentioned on Now Recording. No way. Oh man, Addy going fucking worldwide, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh man, we up. Pretty boy models. We up bigly. We out here. It's litty. Yeah. Matt Pitt got that smug DGG archetype.
But possibly one of the funniest parts of this in some respects.
Yeah.
So we need to go back because there's one thing we missed. But like, what Addy was doing was he created a fake tomfoolery account with a PFP of Tom's face. That was it.
Yeah.
That's not tomfoolery's picture. And people who've interacted with Tom randomly thought it was Tom, even though it's not even a good. It's not even a good replication. I mean, how irrelevant do you have to be that people who work with you regularly get confused by this? It's fucking crazy.
So Wick's just sitting there like, are you coming?
Well, because it wasn't meant to like be a direct. He wasn't trying. Addy's obviously not trying to directly imitate these people, like make people actually think it's them. I mean, if they fall for it accidentally and think it is them, then it's even funnier, obviously. But he's like not. he's obviously going out of his way to not make it exact because it's just he's doing a bit. He's not like trying to actually trick people.
And then they got in touch with Tom, and Tom actually ended up coming on but it was all because of this or not even an alt account, this fake account. That got him on, and then another debate ensued. Now Tom had gone on Just Stoke stream and got very angry, kind of raised his voice, yelled a bit.
And he'd done an entire Cope stream previous to this as well. So he did there was the stream where the Just Stoke thing happened. Then there was this Cope stream where Reservoir, Zonya, and Stardust were talking with him. I think other people jumped in and out.
Yeah, that's the one where your girlfriend was like, "He's Kuihman," or something like that, and then Zonya was like, please be quiet. Please stop. Like, what are you doing?
I love Star, but listen, I will say the best thing.
I love Star, but and then he had to stop himself. Oh, brother. Dude, we're saving Becky. I'm saving Becky. I'm saving Becky. I am taking him from you, Stardust. This is my boyfriend now.
Thing about that panel is my girlfriend as a banana the entire fucking time. I just think that's objectively very funny. But yeah, he like had flipped the fuck out. He was like, "You're not listening to me." He told Zonya to shut up. He was full on Cope mode. His arguments were that he was playing 4D chess with them. He wanted this to happen. He wanted Just Soul to come on so he could like get the debate. Like, it's kind of like the pathological liar thing. He's like, "I love the game. I want to debate these people, and now I've got the debate." And Zonya's just like, "You're fucking retarded. Like, this is going so badly for you. What are you doing?"
Yeah, they got into a screaming match, right?
Oh god, yeah. Zonya was near tears. You know, she was really upset.
Apparently, like, so Zonya and Tom were actually pretty close, right?
Yeah, Zonya is probably one of his earliest friends.
Yeah.
And there are actually streams when he first moves over to YouTube where it is just Zonya and his producer Saz. They're the only ones in the chat.
Right.
So yeah, Zonya's got a friendship going back with Tom a really long way. And was very, very worried about him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, how far do they go back?
Oh, it's difficult to say, but probably 3 or 4 years.
Really? Zonya and Tom?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, because a lot of these Twitch poll things is kind of similar to commentary. It's like you guys talk once on a stream, next thing you know, you're best friends for like a week, and then like it gets kind of weird. You know what I mean? So that's interesting that they were good friends for 4 years. I didn't know that Zonya went that far back when it came to.
Well, Zonya's been around for ages. She's
damn. These people don't realize it's all legacy character shit. I am the fresh blood. I am the new one. Okay, all these freaks, totally washed.
She's originally from DGG. She was
total legacy characters.
DGG admin before becoming a streamer herself. So yeah, Zonya's been around a decent amount of time.
That's insane that this whole ecosystem revolves around like, Destiny, and that there's people.
I win, they fucking lose. That's how the world.
That were like old school Destiny fans and were admins in his website and mods in his chat, and they're now like their own personalities. That's really cool.
It's an interesting progress. You know, you click into a Destiny stream one day, and a couple of years later, you're having your life destroyed.
Dude, what we need is I need a soundboard, okay? But the only 2 clips I'm getting are the Richard Spencer "I win, they lose" and the Nick Fuentes. What is it? I don't know how old my wife will be when I meet her, but in 10 years she'll be at least 25.
Destroyed on the internet. It's a great fucking pipeline.
Yeah, or you know, you join the Destiny community, and next thing you know, you're accusing Destiny of rape or something like, you know, like, "Oh, I just wanted to come and chill out, and now you know, Destiny raped me. So, well, here we are. He's a dark triad, and you know.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no, we'll have a third one as well. It'll be the Look Listen. It'll be the Wings Look Listen.
Were we a dark triad? Do you think?
Do you know what? I'm gonna cop to this. I've never really understood all the fucking psychobabble. I don't really know what a dark triad is.
I thought it was like in like a Chinese mafia, like the dark triad. You got to be careful. The dark triads are on their way, and you're gonna be.
I fucking hate all this shit.
Yeah.
You're really narcissistic, and I think that you applied to this little fucking theorem, and this is really typical of Twitch poll. People like get
I'm pretty sure Fuentes is still on Rumble and Cozy, right?
little bits of fucking knowledge.
He missed a stream tonight, though. Everyone's really mad about it.
And it's just fucking infuriating, frankly. This is actually the reason I stopped doing panels. I kept hearing people say things that were just
Okay.
Yeah.
So to get back on,
Fucking
all right.
dumb.
So the Zonia thing didn't go so well for Tom. How do you what in your opinion, how did the Justilkin Tom thing go? Because at that point when I didn't watch it all, I kind of like were popping in and out. I wasn't say I was pro Tom, but I would say like I was like I think this is going a little too far, right? Is my opinion. What was your take on all this at that point?
My take's really simple. I don't think that there is a position Tom could have taken in that debate that would have gone well for him, regardless of audience reaction. Because Tom at the beginning was saying, well, I apologize for how you feel, which is, as we all know, the worst thing you can say to a woman. It is, oh, I'm sorry you're too immature to understand what's happening around you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's this real focus on the Instagram stuff, which, let's be honest, is really minor. He could have just laughed it off. Or he could have just been like, you're being fucking stupid. I don't care.
Yeah, I think he came in a little too hot, right? I think the problem about Twitch poll is you guys take yourselves a little too seriously. And so when you have some situation where you pull up a girl's Instagram, I think the best route would be to be like, look, guys, you want to call me a sex pest, whatever. I'm just making content here. I showed her Instagram just for context of the situation. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a perv, but I'm not dangerous or anything, like, or just, made some jokes about yourself. Probably not go on debate panels debating about.
Well, he was literally, he was debating like whether it was okay to objectify people. It's fucking wild. It's literally the point where, in the previous conversation with Zonia, Resi, and Stardust, he's talking to Resi, and Resi's like, if a woman called you creepy in a bar, would you debate her? And he's like, no, of course not. And everyone's like, okay, cool. And he's like,
I like how Matt Pitt has taken the time to prepare questions. He's taken the time to approach content from the perspective of the...
like, except it's like, dude, stop fucking talking. What the fuck are you doing?
You see, because in commentary the bar is really low, right? Because of all the crazy shit that happens in our community. So when I see Tomfoolery put a girl's Instagram on and everybody's calling him a sex pest, like, I don't think I'd say that just because how low our bar is. But the reason why I kind of dislike Tom is because he was trying to infiltrate my community, not the commentary community, the now recording community. He was trying to take my girls away from me, my Spurs, bro. He was trying to take Leia and...
Wait, what? Tom was hitting on Leroy? Oh, that's fucking nasty. Ugh. Imagine what their kids would look like if they could have them, but Leroy does not have the appropriate biological setup. The appropriate biological tools for the job.
Jessica Pizzle and Ginger Raymoth and all these girls that were fighting with each other, and he tried to fucking take it on his stream. Now, I prefer, if I wasn't gonna do it, you do it. Or even Stardust at that point. But not fucking Tomfoolery, some fucking douchebag, heroin addict, fucking pizza driver who I have no idea who he is, taking my Spurgs. It's not gonna happen.
No, you gotta protect your Spurgs.
I gotta protect my Spurgs at all costs. At all costs. Like, we will go to war for our Spurgs. We care. See, that's the thing. You got Kuihman and Tomfoolery and these people. They don't care about the Spurgs. All right.
Sure.
I am the Moses. I part the Spurg Sea. Okay. When I put my fucking pole up, the sea parts. All right. I lead the way. I'm the wrangler. I'm the translator. I'm the one when someone's Spurging, I come on to explain what they're trying to say. All right, so I don't need some tomfoolery ass motherfucker to come in, take my Spurgs away from me, and then they're in this dangerous part of the Twitch poll area where you got these fucking intellectually psychotics who are just fucking taking shots, just like sniping them all out. Like, I can't watch my Spurgs turn into that. That's my content, right?
Yeah, you gotta protect it. It's almost like somebody's come onto your ranch and is stealing them. It's fucked up. You used to, And in Tom's
Yeah.
case, if he tries to have sex with him, and well, he used to send people to Wales for that.
Yeah.
To
they're trying to fuck my
Australia from
horses,
Wales,
Beckett.
you know?
I don't like this. They're trying to fuck my horses, and I'm not a fan of this. Okay, so where were we? All right, just like bad debate.
Yeah, where were
all right.
we?
So
Yeah.
at that point, do you think tomfoolery would have been okay?
I think it was salvageable.
Salvageable, yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad. But it was, like with most dramas, things can blow over. The other thing with that weird debate was, again, Mantis was on. I actually made it because I popped onto that debate really early, and I said to Tom, you shouldn't be apologizing at all. Because you clearly don't feel like you've done anything wrong, A, and B, because these people fucking hate you, Tom. Justic wants to take you down. Kelly is a troll. She is just happy to see chaos unfold.
Right.
Kelly gets described as really annoying.
I would like to say that Jay Stalk tried to relent on taking down Tom. Actually, Jay Stalk tried to relent on that. I was the one who continued pushing him. Thank you. Listen, Aiko, you're welcome to talk as much shit about Becky in chat as you want, okay? We do not... There's no rules about not shit-talking people.
But also, she's occasionally fucking hilarious.
She seems like a bitch. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but she's so good at poking people. And in this really dry British way that I've actually kind of come to respect. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
There's something endearing about it. But Mantis came on, and I made a joke because Wick and I at the time are going through this whole thing to do with the disclosure stuff, and I was like, okay, well, I've seen some of this Justic stuff, and my previous statements on Justic are he's a fucking retard, and I was like, I watched some of his content, I was like, nah, it's not that bad. So I was like, oh, I thought it'd be funny to make a little joke here, and I was like, oh, Justic, I've just been watching your stuff recently, and I want to say that I would draw my previous statement. You're retarded. And Mantis, it pipes, oh, you're glazing him like instantly, because she's just like calling people soy all the time. She's, very loud, very obnoxious.
It's not even spicy in
And
here.
I was like, I'm just trying to make a fucking disclosure.
In fact, I would say you're the real soy.
That was the end of the joke. Like, oh, Wick, I'm just disclosing things. But yeah, Mantis needs to insert herself.
Right. Speaking of Mantis, all right. So when the tides really started to turn with Tom, is he's on a stream.
This is right after that panel, I believe.
Yeah. Was it after? It's the same day as the Vosh thing, right?
No, it's the day before the Vosh thing.
Okay.
Maybe.
So,
maybe it. No. I think it's the day before.
All right. Go ahead and explain what he does.
So basically, he's continuing to stream. Fuck, this last period is messing with my timeline. He's continuing to stream, and he pulls up a folder of some kind, and on that folder, it's a media player. Sorry, and there's a nude.
Right.
There's a nude.
There's titties.
Picture. There's titties.
Yeah.
There's titties, man.
Yeah.
And Tom closes it. He ends stream. He deletes the VOD.
Right. Was there a reaction when he did it, or did he just silently just end the VOD?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen the VOD.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, did he have his Bosch moment where he's like, ah? And
yeah, I think that's pretty close to it. But I missed all this happening. I heard about it the day after, and obviously already circulating was a screenshot of this moment.
Yeah.
With what has been described as fairly manly boobs.
Yeah. He was basically like, "Yo, no, that was a dude with tits."
Yeah. Which
an estrogenized male.
Let's spoil it. They're Mantis's tits.
Okay.
So
confirmed, 100%.
Yeah, 100% from
100% confirmed.
First thing, Mantis has a sleeve and upper arm tattoo, and she also has a mole on her stomach. Now, the reason people know this is because, again, this is rumored, Mantis has not been shy about sharing these out. I don't know whether they were as revealing as the one sent to Tom, but people have seen her, essentially in a bra and pants before.
Yeah.
Tom outright denied this. He was like, it's not Mantis, it is a
estrogenic trans
making a stupid face and jacking off. That's what the video is. He said he downloaded it from a libertarian Facebook group and it was designed as a troll. I have no fucking idea.
Why did he download it then?
I've got no idea why you'd make a lie like this. It sounds like, if you're meant to be a pathological liar, you think you'd lie better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just fucking stupid.
No, it's like I didn't do blackface. I just went into the African villages and stuck my face in the mud.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I flew all the way home. And yeah. You know, with my that's what happened. Like,
yeah,
I
totally
didn't
makes
no.
makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
So once once this has happened, now a couple of things unfold pretty fucking quickly. Firstly, most people identify it as Mantis, and there had been rumors circulating that Mantis, the reason she was treated differently in the community, most people would have been banned, that they'd had some special relationship going on. Once that news leaked, the dominoes just began to fall. His producer Sass, who's been with him for 2 years, does a lot of the things like timestamping his videos. She's a bit of an archival source. I think she does some a little bit of contacting people, and shit like that, and editing small bits when needed. He was also doing a documentary on Destiny, and that was started years ago, and she was working on that before Tom stopped working on it, that sort of thing. She quit. She's just like, I'm fucking done. So she quits. Most of his mod team quits. Zonya leaves the community. Multiple other people just immediately jump fucking ship. And this is like the worst
because of the lie or because of the nude?
Because of the lie.
Because of the lie. Okay.
Because this is like the worst thing that can happen during this. Tom's staunchest defender is a girl he's e-fucking. Like, that's not one of the things with Twitch poll is you sort of have to be pretty open with your disclosure of who people are. So part of the reason that Star and I ended up public is because somebody was going to leak our relationship, because they were like, well, you're on stream, she's on stream, what if people knew? And we were like, well, it shouldn't be a big deal, because prior to that, I'd never really defended her publicly. I'd always taken the stance of Stardust is my friend, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so the fact that
also you've been pretty good not jumping in on stuff when Stardust is in shit, right?
Yeah, so... I interestingly, I catch a lot of flack for it, even not doing it. They're like,
yeah, even in like some of our comments, they pointed out about it, but I'm like, there's a lot of situations where Stardust is in some shit, and you could defend her just for the sake of defending her because she's your girlfriend, but at the same time, you kind of let her do her thing. Right.
Well, the reason we work like this, because again, people are like, why can't you have a spine? Why can't you defend it? Because there's no point. Is the actual truth. If I come in and defend Stardust, and this has happened maybe once or twice, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, you need your boyfriend to fight your battles for you. Beckett's just biased. He's dating you. You can't trust him because anything he says about you, positive or negative, is influenced by the fact you're fucking him. Yeah. So the easiest thing to do, frankly, is not defend her. It just makes her look weak, and it makes me look cucked. Yeah, it's just
you are cucked, and she is weak.
People might not get it.
I mean,
before we actually come out publicly, Stardust had this big thing.
Oh man, my back fucking hurts.
And actually, that was a question we asked ourselves: Do I defend her? And everyone around us was like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah,
just don't do it, and don't come out and say you're dating her and defend her. Like, just shut the fuck up, Beckett.
What about defending yourself, Beckett? What about defending yourself?
Smart, and we've sort of stuck by it.
Yeah.
But
Mantis on the other hand was defending Tom thick and thin with got a dagger in her mouth, fucking clawing at people, like in defense of Tom. And
it's the living vindication of the reason Star and I work the way we do, because now all of that defense for Tom is gone, and it's just done because Mantis is not unbiased.
Yeah.
So that comes out, everyone quits, and Tom begins scrambling. Now he lies about what the video is.
Yeah.
Basically goes on to full-on shutdown mode. And now Sass is quite liked in the community. And because of how this has all played out, a lot of people start theory crafting. The statements made by Tom about it not being her, I mean, it just...
I could defend this man when he gives UK men a bad look. Beckett isn't even British. Beckett is South African. So... You're raped.
And, like, why lie? Everyone knows what the sleeve tattoo looks like. and most people have a bad impression of Mantis anyway.
Mhm.
So then we hit the Tom defense arc. I think that's covered everything. Yeah. And now we hit the Tom defense arc. The Tom defense arc is the Zonya stream. Zonya and
Zonya got a
others-
lot of shit for this stream, right?
Yeah, she did. I did try. I mean, again,
This Beckett's
I tried
African.
to defend her a little bit because, well, we get into it. Zonya began talking to Sass and Tom behind the
My
scenes
African-
to work out what the fuck
African
was going
friend.
on.
Okay. And Sass, let's give some context with Sass. Sass is the mod.
Why would you choose to
news-
fake such a bad accent? What are you on about, dude? I swear people are so retarded with the South African shit. They sound pretty similar to Americans anyway. They sound similar to Brits. And then when they come over here and they start adopting the British accent, they do sound it gets very close. Okay, guys. So it may be difficult for you to tell. But you can. There is like this weird. There's this weird twang you can hear in someone who's South African but has come to Britain. You can hear this weird little twang in their voice.
Yeah, producer, everything. She is the backbone and spine of the channel.
She is the Tomfoolery channel.
Yeah, and we'll get to some of that stuff later because that's there was an accusation that they were dating. Now, I have heard in the course of the last few days, I've heard they were dating, they weren't dating. He had feelings, she had feelings.
You hear the
he was
racial
leading her
tension
on.
in their voice.
She didn't want more. I have heard every particular way this fucking relationship could have worked.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I have no fucking idea anymore. But what I can tell you is they were very close.
Yeah. And she was not a fan of Mantis.
Oh, she fucking hated Mantis.
Yeah.
From the DMs, it sounds like Tom was getting more distant. And it sounds a bit like he was leading her on in the DMs. That's how it reads to me personally.
Personally,
they would hang out after shows and things. And one of the things that Tom goes on to say is like, you know, as I became a full-time streamer, my schedule changed and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, you became like a full-time streamer. This was like your main income and everything else. How did you have less time for your producer?
Yeah.
What the fuck would you mean, motherfucker?
Right.
It's all these little things that don't make sense. But regardless, Zonya starts talking to Sass and Tom. And Tom phones her crying. This has since been leaked. On a Resi stream. Yeah, Tom phones her crying. No. Just
okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No. God. Though I would pay money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's probably a little fucked, but yeah, I'd pay good money if anyone has that.
Yeah.
Tom phones her crying. He says, "I'm scared that I'm gonna lose Sass. I'm scared that I'm gonna lose the channel, and that I fucked everything up." Now you asked me,
what was that?
Tom phones her crying, and Tom and all this stuff. I'm like, they would have fucking hated Mantis.
Yeah.
From the DMs, it sounds like Tom was getting more distant, and it sounds a bit like he was leading her on in the DMs. That's how it reads to me personally. They would hang out after shows and things. And one of the things that Tom goes on to say is like, you know, as I became a full-time streamer, my schedule changed and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, you became like a full-time streamer. This was like your main income and everything else. How did you have less time for your producer?
Makes no sense.
What the fuck would you
zero
mean,
sense.
motherfucker?
Hey, Scallywag. I don't know if it came through, but you sent a $15 dono. I'm not sure if I spotted it or if it didn't come through, but thank you.
It's all these little things that don't make sense. But regardless, Zonya starts talking to Sass and Tom. And Tom phones her crying. This has since been leaked. On a Resi stream. Yeah, Tom phones her crying. No. Just
okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No. God. Though I would pay money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's probably a little fucked, but yeah, I'd pay good money if anyone has that.
Yeah.
Tom phones her crying. He says, "I'm scared that I'm gonna lose Sass. I'm scared that I'm gonna lose the channel."
Right. Wait. Tom was crying on the phone. That's so epic, dude. That's so cool. That's so awesome. That's sick. I love hearing that.
And that I fucked everything up. Now, you asked me earlier, like, was this salvageable? The minute that nude leaked, it wasn't. He's fucking done. all that sort of impression of him being good faith is fucked into the ground. That's he's fucked. Anyway, Zonia changes tack. Now, originally she was prepared to go all in on Tom. That's what she says. And she'd had I don't know, the previous inclination she was leaning that way from the fact that she kind of burned the community relationship. Importantly, Zonia fucking hates Mantis. She fucking hates her. So when Tom kind of phoned her crying, Zonia was like, okay, cool. Well, it sounds like Mantis has gassed him up, that Mantis has come in and pulled the community apart, inserted herself. So when Zonia goes and does her stream, which Chud Logic had built in as a full breakdown and explanation of everything, it is actually a Mantis takedown stream. And the accusation is that she is sweeping for Tom. Kuihman goes on when she's doing...
No, I didn't. That's a lie. I was never on that stream. No, I didn't. Stop talking. I was never on that stream. That's a lie. That's a lie. Whatever Beckett's about to say is totally incorrect. I want to make that totally clear.
Doing call-ins to make this accusation. He has a slight technical issue, which makes it sound like his voice is breaking.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. That's a lie. He's lying. He's lying right now. He's lying.
Oh, you bitch! Oh, you fucking bitch!
Now, Matt, it's a technical issue. I don't know what you're talking about. Fucking crazy. That's a fucking terrible.
That's happened to the best of us, bro.
Yeah, no. It's do you
They're
know what?
lying
I
about
will
me
say
right
this.
now. They're slandering
It
me
is
right
rare
now.
to
They are
have a
slandering
moment
me.
That you're making this argument and you have that embarrassing spurgy moment, and then in the same night you take a hard win. That's pretty
true. Okay. They're sucking my dick. Okay, we're back. Okay, we back. We up.
be rare.
But just for context to our listeners, Kuihman went on Zonia's stream to really give into Zonia and was getting heated while talking to Zonia, and as he's yelling, his voice cracked and he literally went like that, and it kind of gave Zonia the out to be like, oh no, you're just spurging, and it couldn't he couldn't really catch back up. Right,
I got kicked. No, it's not. I couldn't catch up. I got kicked. I got kicked the next second.
I don't know if and then you said he got a big W after that, right?
Yeah. So what happened after that is I ended up coming on his stream, and Chud also jumped in, and I was pressed on whether Zonia was sweeping. Now, again, disclosure. I love disclosure. I'd had a conversation with Zonia the night before. I say the night before. It was about my time, 8 in the morning or something fucking ridiculous. Where she was telling me about this. She didn't really tell me much about the stream, but she did tell me, I believe, that she was blaming Mantis. Tom had been in tears, and but she was still pissed at Tom. This was the thing. So when I watched that stream, I sort of had it in my head that Zonia was...
Jason, copy... No, I said that before Jason. Fuck you. Do not say that shit. Do not start saying that shit in my chat. Kuihman copies Jason because that's how they No, I have been saying that since I first started showing up on streams 2 years ago. Dog, okay?
Still angry at Tom. I think that colored how I viewed it. But I did, publicly take an L for that. I shouldn't have swapped.
Gotcha.
But, Zonia is my friend. I was worried about her. And I know that she was upset about, her friends, Sass and Tom, going through all this shit. So I go on Queen's stream. Chud jumps on. Aiko jumps on. And Sunday jumps on. And we sort of have this back and forth conversation. I think Aiko comes in later anyway. But after that back and forth, Sunday leaves quite quickly, and he goes and jumps on Zonia's. And he starts grilling Zonia about it. Now, Sunday is, whatever you think of him, quite good at just trying to nail things. Unfortunately, Sunday knows absolutely nothing about this topic.
Yeah.
He has basically no fucking context. So he's just like, what the fuck is going on? But he brings Tom on this call. And rather than sort of taking Zonia's sweeping and trying to go, oh yeah, no, it's fine. Zonia's just trying to point out that Mantis is the problem. Tom, for some fucking reason, comes on and goes, well, this isn't what we agreed when we discussed this, Sonia. You know, this stream is a little bit different from what I expect, which is possibly the worst thing he could fucking say.
Right.
He begins throwing Sass and Zonya under the bus a little bit, getting really defensive, going back on things that, as far as I'd been told the night before, he'd agreed to. Like the fact that the shit with Mantis and the picture and the conversations with Sass. And he starts getting grilled by Sunday.
Becky is sweeping for PV2. NSE sweet talk Becky for 3 hours and saying nothing. What's that about? Where's that coming from?
On a point that's like really weird. It's really bizarre. Sunday's like, well, you went on Just Extreme because of Mantis. And he's like, no, I didn't. I didn't know she was on. And Sunday's like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, it was only later that I found out she was on and I went on to join her. And it's like, wait, what? So you did go on because of her? He's like, no, I didn't go on because of her, but I wouldn't have gone on if she wasn't there.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's literally you going on to because of her. Like, wait, what? It may not be the direct reason, but it answers the question, if that makes sense. So, you know.
Becky said 10 days ago, released PV info in a week, never released anything. Okay, but do you say it's because of a conversation? Do you say that's because of a conversation with NSE? Because I know bits and pieces about that, and it may just be that Beckett is still working on stuff.
It's like he has to say no because Tom can't give even the little bit of quarter. He has to be the only one with the correct narrative, and it's like purpose.
Yeah, Kilo's saying that he's working on it. Yeah, Kilo may know bits and pieces that I know as well, and I think Beckett is almost definitely still looking into it. I don't think Beckett's been got at all. I do not think that's happened.
Fully obtuse.
Right.
So this all happens. Chud then comes on and starts shouting at him a bit, and Tom runs away. Zonya looks completely fucking crushed. So yeah, that stream did not go well.
Yeah.
For them.
Horrible failure, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
Okay.
Now, what do you think a sensible person would do after this? After just being sort of shouted at and had your greatest defender basically beaten into the ground on a live stream watched by quite a lot of people because Chud had sort of like promoted this thing.
I think it's time to take a break.
It's time to take a break. That's if only Tomfoolery was as smart as you.
It's time to sit back, get into the real world, eat some fucking Cheetos, watch some football, even though I don't think you watch football. And yeah, just kind of chill out. But no, I don't think that's what he did, huh?
No. He decided to go live.
Yeah.
He decided to say that, well, this wasn't what I expected. It wasn't what I agreed. He basically goes on to accuse Sass of being clingy and unstable.
So based of him. That's so based of him.
Which is fucking crazy. Like you're under attack, and he's like, I don't know why. So one of the things that he said was, when Sass left the community, he said, and he put it on the Discord, Sass has decided to part with the community. She's left for work issues and scheduling issues. We're still friends, and everything's fine. I hope she'll be back one day, but it's just not working out. So we're getting new admins, new mods in.
Yeah,
really downplaying it, and he kept telling these lies and again in a previous stream after she'd left.
Yeah.
Because I think there was another one in there somewhere where people were like, well, Tom, what are you talking about? You keep saying she left for like personal reasons, but she will always be a fool. The drama's why she's fucking gone. It's not no. It's
I'm
work.
Sure she'll be around someday.
The drama's, it's just
no, Tom.
It's whatever.
Sass ain't coming back, bro.
He gets this and he's like, I don't know why Sass is lying or says I'm lying. I'm not. This is what we agreed on. Maybe it's because I said we were still friends. It's not. Sass left, and it's pretty explicit in the DMs because she can't deal with this drama and shit anymore. She can't deal with Mantis anymore. So Tom is just outright lying. Motherfucker, you lied. The only way she could prove
You've
you
just
lied
been
was to
filled
leak your
in.
DMs. You're lying about it. Like, fucking what's she meant to do? She's got no platform. So he goes on, starts coming up with a narrative. He's like,
When did the Franco live in 2014? Oh, Jesus, dude.
I'm going to go through everything. And basically just loses his mind on stream. It's fucking bizarre, mate. I don't really know what the fuck he was thinking. He sat in silence going through different pieces and trying to like reframe the narrative, but these aren't favorable to him. It's things that already people think are lies. He goes into the whole I thought the video was this trans woman, and I'm like, it's irrelevant though. It's irrelevant whether you thought it was that in some respects. Like, it's a weird fucking lie to tell, and he was lying when he said it. He knew that video was Mantis. I'm convinced. I know, like, I can't prove that, but
Obviously
there's no
he did.
fucking way you can, like, that picture, even a blurred version of it, I don't believe that you are getting sent fucking sex by this person and you don't know what their tits look like.
Yeah.
Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Or that, you know, yeah, it was fucking insane. And all the time implicitly implying that Mantis...
Wait, you've got no way you've got a 2006 YouTube account. No shot. Let me check. I'm checking your channel right now.
Why?
I'm checking your channel right now. 31st March. Jeez, dude. Bruh. And you posted a 73k view video 14 years ago. Jesus.
Looks like a trans person. It's
Yeah, I don't even know how if I even have access to my first YouTube account, but it wouldn't have been that earlier.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
how is Mantis not pissed off at this?
Because Mantis is fucking crazy. I mean, like, we'll get to the latest stream in the Tom saga.
Yeah,
from the other night.
before we go on, I wanted to cover something really quick, and I don't think it's something you really know much about. Do you know who Seven is?
Well,
Oh man. If Matt Pitt had the comedy gene, he would ask if Beckett would be able to pick Stardust's nipples out of a lineup. That would be an incredibly funny question. Okay, so we're getting the Seven stuff. Oh boy.
I think it's something you really know much about. Do you know who Seven is?
Well, I've had interesting interactions with her recently.
So I know all I know about Seven is they were in the Mama Max community and they were pretty big on the research against Mama Max, I think. I guess Seven had some interactions with Tom because they tweeted out, also he's lying about Zonia too. I knew he would. There's no woman he wouldn't throw under the bus to justify his behavior. And then there's a screenshot of Tomfoolery in Seven where Tomfoolery says, hey, someone said I got something wrong. I'll fix it if I did. And Seven says, lying to Zonia that I apologized and was never upset about the pics isn't getting something wrong. It's throwing me under the bus and taking advantage of how fair I've been. I didn't say that to Zonia. Tom says, I didn't say that to Zonia. I stated on stream today what my whole story was. I swear I didn't say that. And then there's another thing with this. Then Seven tweets out, the day it happened, I told several people, including Wick, how I felt. I explained it to Tom before our talk on stream this week, and he apologized. We have never disagreed on what happened. He's taken advantage of my kindness and throwing me under the bus to excuse himself. And Seven has a screenshot with him and her and Wick saying, I'm thinking I might not be suited for streaming or even having a bigger account than I do right now, to be honest. And then says, hopefully I'll develop a thicker skin, but today made me...
Timestamp is this? Around an hour.
Very
an hour in.
So I think what happened was Tom showed Seven's pictures on stream, and that made Seven uncomfortable. And then basically with the whole Zonia thing, he lied about Seven, saying that he didn't apologize, I think. What's the thing? Or...
Yeah, something along those lines. I'm going to be honest. I've recently had this run-in, which has led to another fucking stupid drama.
You've invoked the Asian assassin.
I've invoked the Asian assassin.
Oh no!
Yeah, welcome. First time.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, yeah.
As someone who was accused of being the leader of the cabal,
didn't we meet through that whole thing?
I think so.
Yeah, that's how you and I became friends.
Yeah, no, Aiko accused me of being the leader of the cabal.
Okay. Rat Pit had a rare funny moment. A little bit of racism. Very. It hits. It hits occasionally. I introduced you. Introduced who?
Because I had Edwin on the Spurg Awards. So yeah.
People already called me that. Yeah, but it was the tune. It was the tune that got me. That's the one that really got me.
Called me a gay opper and just totally schizoed out.
It's the same with Food Shop.
Really
just
weird.
Playing the sound effects
I'm
just makes
very
me laugh.
hesitant around Aiko. I don't like her.
I'm just very
I don't really
racist.
want to interact with her.
I admit it. I am.
I think she kind of scares me.
I'm a bigot.
She genuinely scares me because I don't know what she's going to go on stream to say, and I don't think I can trust a word that comes out of her mouth. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion, and I don't think anyone, including Aiko, can blame me.
But we're being scared of people on the internet. Come on now. Come on. Really?
Given what she said about me. So for this situation, I totally take your side in this.
Fuck.
Because I have a major bias against Aiko.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. So there's a couple of things here. Aiko instantly leaked my DMs when I tried to.
By the way,
I don't like this person, so I'm immediately on your side. All right, buddy. Okay. Sure. Okay, that's cool.
Do that. Don't DM Aiko. Don't.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Anyone who's listening to this, if you're like in the Twitch poll or commentary community and you make content, do not DM Aiko, especially when she's done a stream criticizing you. She will drop the DMs and she.
What? How about you just don't say shit in DMs that is like sneaky or that you're gonna care if it gets leaked, right? I just simply wouldn't say stuff to other streamers that I wouldn't want leaked. That's me personally. Jesus, Stylo.
She will twist those DMs in the most malicious spotlight she can use. All right, do not DM her. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So first off, I've talked shit about Aiko publicly.
Yeah.
Every now and again. She doesn't come up much, but I think actually in a fairly recent stream, I was just like, it actually to do with 7, I was like, I don't want to watch Aiko's coverage. I think my exact words were, when she's done, I'll download it, put it in DaVinci Resolve, put it on 2x speed, render it, re-upload it, and then watch it at 4x speed, and then maybe I can understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Basically, I got called into another call. 7 was there.
Strong
it was
man.
A private call with some friends. I was told some news that I don't know, came out of left field. I had never interacted with 7 in a VC. The only interactions I'd had were it's like Yuki had said, hey, you should cover this 7 stuff. I was dealing with Tom's stream at the time, and I was like, I don't have time, whatever, I might get to it another stream. Then 7 DMs me it, and there's more DMs. There's another DM from Sleepy, and then I went to another call, and 7 was there, and it got brought up. Now 7 says I brought it up. I don't remember it that way. I don't want to claim that 7 is being malicious. I really don't, because I don't know her. But I basically said, look, no one cares, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. It sounds to me like it's just Tom lied about me. I'm like, well, kind of get in line, if I'm honest. Tom lied about everyone.
I mean, Becky's just spitting here.
Because of that situation, she runs to Aiko. Aiko does a stream on me, and kind of this is...
Ultimately, look, the fact is that the allegations that are the best content, which is usually the most serious ones, but not always, are going to be the ones people pay attention to. And the 7 stuff is just like, yeah, he pulled your stuff up on stream and downplayed it, and lied to you and lied about you. It's not bullshit. 7 does not have like a serious allegation, and if she does, it's so muddled and insane that there's no way of presenting it. It sounds like he pulled her up on stream multiple times. She didn't realize he was being weird. He downplayed it to her and gaslit her about how much he'd done it and tried to get her to shut the fuck up. And then presented it as though it was all squashed when it wasn't really. That sounds like that's roughly what I can figure out from it.
Where I'm at this current place, I'm going to be honest, I just really don't care.
Mhm.
I just don't fucking care. It's in those DMs that she dropped, I did actually apologize for that. I was talking shit. It's literally there. So I,
Yeah.
but I there was a
Don't
claim
apologize, by the way. Stand your fucking ground.
it was, well, I mean, I
No,
should.
you don't have receipts to prove that at all, Ico. You don't have, because you weren't in the call. You don't have a recording of the call. You don't know what Seven said in that call, and you don't know what Beckett said in that call. Everyone else in that call, aside from Seven, or well, the two other people I've spoken to, Sleepy and Beckett, both say the opposite of Seven.
I was pissed off and I shouldn't have said what I said in the way that I said it, but I talk
Nah,
shit
fuck her.
publicly about
Fuck her,
Ico.
bro. Fuck her. Ico's
Fuck
a
her?
fucking bitch. Yeah, fuck that bitch, dude. She's nuts, bro. She's fucking nuts, all right? You don't
Ico, the stuff you've sent me does not prove anything, and I read it out.
fucking have to apologize to this woman. She's a psycho. All right? Like, it's like...
Yeah, no, I think that's, well, yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
if anything, it sort of validates my fucking points. What's
Yeah.
happened, really?
Yeah, bro,
Um,
we all platformed, everybody in the commentary community platformed Ico, and she did all these streams on Edwin, and then all of a sudden started making up these fucking theories that we're all in bed together trying to help Edwin now, and it's fucking nuts, dude. And she's doing the same shit here. She invokes all this malicious introspectives of how, of like what you're trying to do, like you're insidious because you're trying to like take away Seven's story when it's all it is Seven was lied about. Yeah, cool. Bet. Seven seems like a good person, I guess. Don't know him that well, but yeah, they got lied about. That doesn't mean they have to have their story needs to be spotlighted right next to fucking praying mantis or fucking sassafras, you know? Like it's
Psycho
like, I don't know,
mantis.
man.
Psycho
Like, that's just
mantis.
my opinion. That's my opinion.
Psycho Mantis.
yeah, I mean, it's
Thank you.
just, I think also when
You keep saying Beckett lied about attempted suicide. I don't know what the phrasing was used or who got the wrong end of the stick where. Obviously, there was an overdose, and it's dispute. I guess there's an argument about whether it was a suicide attempt or just an accident or overdose as a result of a high stress situation. But there was an overdose, and it may be that someone got the wrong end of the stick and thought it was a suicide attempt. It is an argument because I don't know that Beckett knew the exact nature of everything. Beckett was only in there for a short period of the call. So it's an argument about whether Beckett presented it as a suicide attempt to manipulate you or if Beckett thought that was the case.
one of the context for this is during Zonya's stream, I was sat, and one of the reasons I actually ended up calling into Zonya's stream was because people were calling in with all the kinds of random shit. Oh yeah, Tom did this thing. Tom did this thing. Oh my God. And I'm like, fuck guys, we're trying to get through this. And there's this thing that happens. I don't know. It probably happens in commentary as well. I think it's pretty normal, but it annoys me. It's like you have a story, and then everyone with their own little bit parts is going to come in and go, oh, and he did this thing to me, because it's their chance to get a little bit of kind of revenge, exposure, or just clout. Now, I think that within that, there are some people who feel like they've had, and it seems to me like Seven is this sort of person who feel like they've been wronged and have not had the chance to and talk about that.
Right.
But it's too much. You can't deal with all of that. It's just too fucking much.
Look, if you've been wronged, right? Fucking make a video. Make a video. Make your own content. Tell your side of the story. All right, that's
But twit longer.
Yeah, or do like like if you want to be a part of this, if you want your story spotlighted, put your narrative out there yourself. Don't stop trying to rely on Ico or Chud Logic or you or Stardust or someone else to tell your story. You tell your story yourself. That way you can get everything you need out there, because you know what's going to happen, because this has happened before. You're going to try to go through somebody, and they're going to
This is cope, no one overdose.
Something. And then you're going to have to
well, I mean, I think that might be true, right? Because wasn't it mushrooms? You can't really overdose.
Fucking scramble to try and correct it, and then it's never going to get corrected, and everything's going to get twisted, and then everyone's going to have a different point of view of you than what you wanted, because people think differently because of the misinterpretation they made. So
well, it's also the person, right? You're not just writing on your reputation, you're writing on the person you go to.
Yeah, exactly. So like I see Seven. She seems like a nice lady. I don't know much about her. She's got like 3,000 followers. fucking do your like. It's obvious you want to interact somehow with these communities. Like, this is the best way. If you want to do this, this is the best way to do it. Fucking make your content, put your story out there.
Yeah. But yeah. Listen, people online are fucking retarded, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, okay. I'm being. Sorry. There's a miscommunication. There was. 1 minute. There's a miscommunication. There was also a pharmaceutical drug taken, I believe. So maybe that was. Okay. Well.
And fucking just move on. There you go.
Seems like the smart thing to do.
Right.
But back to Tom. Tom goes live with all this shit. The stream's a shit show, by the way. People are getting banned left and right, fucking obviously. I've got to mention this because I love it. Mudcrab, Mantis's ex-boyfriend, sends in a super chat about how Tom must have known what the pictures were. And as it begins playing, Tom instantly stops it. He instantly cuts it off. And I was watching this actually with Xylee, and I was like, oh, hell no. Absolutely fucking not. So I copied his text for that super chat and paid another £5 to have it play again. And it pops up, and it gets most of the way through before Tom silences it again. The mods are like, that's not real Beckett. That's not real Beckett. Like, everyone knows that I don't go by Beckett of Crabs. In YouTube chats, I go by Beckett.
Yeah.
My PFP is, I think, fairly well known. Anyway, I argue back and forth with mods. I get on my Beckett of Crabs account and be like, why did you fucking time me out? I free you. I have freed you from the hidden status in Tom's chat. Yeah, his mods fucking rebelled.
I was timed out for like 24 hours, I think. It was ridiculous. I didn't even do anything wrong. I forgot about that. Me and Nick were like trolling in the chat. We were trolling Tom in the chat or something. I can't remember. I don't even know what we were saying at that point.
Well, that's when. Oh fuck, we've forgotten Anavoir. We've forgotten Anavoir. Anavoir gets involved because that was the stream that you guys were trolling watching.
Oh yeah.
It's just as an anecdote. But Anavoir comes on and she's like, "Oh, you've said before that you like crazy girls. That's why you like me and Lav." I'm paraphrasing here. But why are you calling me when you're an ex-heroin using fucking felon? It's just brutal.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's pretty bad.
Anna won.
This, like, Tom is fucked. He says he wants to talk. I go live. I rip into him for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, it all sort of goes quiet for a bit. This is kind of the point we're at. Tom went live last night and is just not talking about it. He's going over the Ethan Klein thing. I think he's hoping it blows over. But there was, God,
he should have done that weeks ago, by the way.
Yeah, he really should. I mean, this is the thing. If he just, I said this on my stream. Everyone has stopping points. Like there are like little bumps where if you just stop there, you know, you've gone a little bit closer to the cliff edge, but you can walk back. But then there is the cliff edge, and once you are fucking over it, it is really fucking difficult to stop falling.
Yeah,
like you are fucked. And very few people stop that descent, and that's when you're a lolcow, basically. Once you're over that cliff,
right.
So yeah, he's kind of fucked. The people who are friends with him are upset. Mostly people are looking to meme on him now, and which is what we saw on the Food Shops panel, which is an entire stream of Mantis coming in and off, claiming people are spinning a weird fucking narrative. I think I'm going to be honest. She sounded a bit drunk. She came up with some crazy conspiracy. theory.
The Food Shop stream. I watched that last night.
Oh
yeah. What was her conspiracy theory?
Well, her conspiracy theory.
Man, is Beckett going to mention the fact that I was feeding other lines? I wonder if we'll get that. Let's see.
Theory is that obviously I'm friendly with Kuihman.
Mm.
does not like Kuihman. Kuihman
Yeah.
does
Oh, yeah?
not like Stardust.
Yeah.
But Mantis's conspiracy theory was that Kuihman and Stardust have repaired the bridge through me, and Stardust is now part of Spicy Chat and is intentionally spreading Spicy Chat's narrative, or like Kuihman's narrative,
Yeah.
through this secret cabal. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah. And if you don't know what Spicy Chat is, I think Beckett explains it in the Food Shops episode. Basically,
Yeah.
a shit posting Discord text channel and Chud Logic server where people are very
Yeah.
mean to people like Stardust and Food Shops and other
Yeah.
content creators, and basically a lot of trolls, right?
Yeah,
And
pretty
so
much.
it would not make sense for Stardust to team up with like Kuihman, a
Oh,
guy who's
she
called
fucking-
her Hog
Oh.
Rider, right?
Oh,
That's his
yeah,
nickname
yeah.
for her.
It's
So-
like I'm going to be honest.
Oh
here,
no, Beckett is the hog rider. Stardust is the hog, actually.
there is Operation Hog Rider. I don't know what it is.
Hog
and I think for the
Rider!
basis of my continued friendship with Kuihman, I kind of don't want to. I'm fucking good. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna remain blissfully ignorant. So yeah, it's one of those where Spicy does its own thing. It really, when we talk about Spicy Chat, we're talking about 10 people in
Mhm.
a larger group chat, who are sort of like poking at people. But yeah, it's just a shit posting community, you know.
Right.
But yeah, so it's now we're sort of at the culmination where, honestly, Tom's burnt all his bridges. I don't know how you repair that as a Nexus channel, because
Mhm.
Nexus channels are interesting. Whereas if you're a solo streamer, you can kind of stream through,
Mhm.
and go, I'm just going to make my content. But if your content is bringing people on and your bridges are on fire, that means you have much less access, which is how all this started. He was like, if people think I'm a sex pest, I will lose my networking access. Well,
Yeah.
congrats, buddy. Like, but that's what's happened. People are going to be much less willing to come on. You can already see that people are actually starting to move their conversations to other places. Food
Yeah.
Shop the other night is a good example of this. Kuihman is actually just having more people on to have conversations and content.
Mhm.
And that draw within Tom's
yeah. Okay. Yeah, basically, Dean Summer. Yeah, you basically got it there. Yeah.
audience is going to evaporate. The other sides are because there is now so much evidence of Tom being a pathological liar. People who were listening to him for his opinions, I have no idea how many people that was, but are going to have pause for thought or may have lost faith in it.
Right.
So I don't know. I just don't know how you fix that. So yeah, I think his channel is, people are going to watch him for a while to see if anything funny happens, but if nothing
Yeah.
does,
Well, I saw he had about 80 people watching him at some point, 100 really during the Vosh stuff, and that's a big subject too.
yeah,
Like the Vosh and the tipster thing, like that should get him about good 200, 300 concurrent.
that's
Um,
nothing.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can get through it, but I wanted to say I just wanted to rub something in his face because he tried to get Leia something, a few people onto his streams. I wanted to make this clear. Stardust back in December 28th of 2023 said, "Dear Matt Pitt, I'd like to
Is he bothering you, Leroy? Is he bothering you? Is Tom bothering you, Leroy?
negotiate an occasional trade with you. I can only handle so much." Twitch poll. To which I replied, "I'll give you one show with Leia, Ginger, Sen, Jessica, and D-Max for one interview with Lab." Guess what? Didn't have to do that.
Wait, also, I'm visualizing the goblins from Warhammer Fantasy riding on boars. I need someone to draw that with Becky and Stardust faces transplanted on. Ryzek, where's the image? Ryzek, where's the image? Oh, yeah, it's in this screenshot. Yeah, you can't quite see it properly. Oh, it's quite small. I mean...
I got my interview with Lav. I took Lav away from Tomfoolery. Fucking Tomfoolery is trying to take Leia something and Jessica away from me, trying to take Ginger away from me. I took Lav away from him. At least
you
for
know
one episode.
that you know that Ginger's from Twitch poll, right?
Yeah, but she's from Twitch poll, but her foundation is Spurred Commentary. All right, she started in the trenches with us.
Did she
She's mine.
actually?
Yeah. I think she was from either Edwin's community or one of those guys.
Oh, that would make sense.
And then-
Interesting.
Yeah, and then she started
Interesting. So
interacting
she's
with,
been reclaimed.
yeah.
Interesting.
She's been around. Yeah, no, she's been around our community since 2021. And she's called into our streams and interacted with us a lot. And yeah, she's doing her own thing on Twitch poll. I think she started doing that in 2022. But good for her. Gotten on Destiny streams a couple times to argue with Darius. So that's cool.
Of course she has.
Yeah.
Proud of her. That's what I want. I want, them to go out on their own and do things. I want Leia to do her own thing. I want Jessica to do her own thing. And I don't want them to be wrangled somewhere else, They're mine. They're mine.
No, fair enough. You worked hard for them.
Dude, a lot of hours put into like dealing with a lot of weird internet dramas behind the scenes because of these people. And it's made a dent in my mental health and a dent in my wallet because I am bad with money. Those who are also bad with money: fanfiction narrator Darcy Evans, channel has been deleted; Stefan Corbino, the Gaming Witch, K-Huck, Pigeon Salad, Ringtail, The Gadget Guy, Echo Tragedy, Brooke A, Everborn, Strictly Patrick, Fresh Brewski, Jacob Thomas, Reynold Hughes, and Mame. If you want to be bad with money, pay $14.99 a month. Get your name said after every episode and every live stream. Can't afford that? Become a Beaver Lover. $10.99 a month gets you access to early access to early access to podcasts.
Bro, what are these MF's memberships like? What the fuck? How expensive are your memberships? Sorry? Excuse me? How many members do you have?